Round 3, board final time, and a clash of icons in this sport. Arguably the greatest Australian player of all time in the Wizard Simon Whitlock, and arguably one of, if not the greatest player of all time. I know Phil Taylor fans, chill your beans, it's fine, but he's certainly right up there in the discussion, Michael van Gerwen. Now, he's certainly not played like the greatest player of all time over the last 24 hours or so, and yet he's still won the title yesterday, and he's dug himself out of a hole to reach the third round today because he had to survive darts for a 5-2 deficit against one of his few nemesis in Mike Kivenhoven.
55.
But he did come through with a 6-4 win, and he takes on the Wizard here with the winner going through to the last 16 to face Gerwen Price. So it is a particularly brutal
100.
section of the draw, and Mark Wilson's alongside me, who can detail just how incredible Simon Whitlock's pocket must be, because he's had Michael van Gerwen firmly lodged in it for months and months and months.
He has 6 successive wins, and 4 of those, you have to have said, in major tournaments, beating him at the Match Play, the Grand Prix,
57.
the Grand Slam, and the Players' Championships as well, and a couple of wins in Australia and in Hungary. 6 successive wins against Michael van Gerwen. Not many, if any, can boast a record like that.
I'm not sure anybody's done it, not since MVG became the winning machine that he's become over the last decade or so.
140.
I mean, there are very notable games in there that you mentioned. The Grand Slam is the one that sticks in my head, where Whitlock managed to win it in a last leg decider, survived match
42.
darts, but hit 20 180s in that game. I remember him grinning during that tournament, going, "I'm a 180 machine," and he was right.
140.
He is, and he's going to get a chance here to break. He lost the throw for the bull. Van Gerwen is looking to put pressure on, and he will do. Nice visit as well, but Whitlock's going to get first look at a double. 64 he needs. Double 16 then.
48.
No. And Michael van Gerwen will set up for double 18 and a holder throw, and he gets it at the first time of asking. So an early chance been and gone for Whitlock.
Yeah, and it was just a holder throw. Michael van Gerwen thought he'd broken there. He's already got his head in a spin.
57.
If Van Gerwen can win this match, it'll be his first victory against Simon Whitlock since 2019. April 2019. He's getting on for 4 years since he last beat Whitlock. And yeah, there are those spells in these head-to-head records. Oh, X hasn't beaten Y for 4 years. But if you're Michael van Gerwen and you've played
57.
somebody 6 times and you've not beaten him in that entire time, that is a long, long while.
Yeah, was in Germany as well, that win, wasn't it? So
59.
we'll be hoping that he can get back to winning ways, and he's stolen an early lead here against Whitlock, who got dumped out in the first round yesterday. He's beaten Jim Williams and Ryan Joyce to get to this stage. He's
60.
of course a runner-up in Players' Championship 2, and he lost to Danny Noppert. But early signs good for Van Gerwen. He's got a run for cover
139.
there. Well, he ran for cover despite leaving him on a bogey. I think he was worried that dart was going to fall out, wasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he had other options. I think he was panicking a bit. I don't want it to fall out. Just throw it and it gets some points.
Yeah, he's still going to be
60.
first to a double low, or first to a finish, certainly. 187 for Whitlock. We've always known Whitlock as the beard to be feared, Dan, but I've got to get your opinion on Scott Waite's recent facial addition.
Astonishing. Genuinely astonishing, and doesn't
88.
seem to be ceasing at any point. It just keeps on growing, and if you stare at it, I think you can see it growing. It's like bamboo or cress.
14.
A couple of missed darts from Simon Whitlock, and at the minute his winning run against MVG does not look like it's going to keep on growing, because it's 2-0 to Mighty Mike, and it's not bad from MVG, but he's only averaging 94 again. Now, against Kivenhoven, it was a 95 average. It was 91 in his first round win, admittedly a 6-0 win. But once again, Michael van
85.
Gerwen is not playing very well and keeps on winning games. He admitted as much yesterday. He was just good when he needed to be, in the final against Josh Rock, in the quarters against Dirk van Dijvenbode. But everything else largely forgettable by his own ridiculous standards. But people are not taking their chances against him.
They're not. And if it's big numbers you want, then maybe stream 2 is where you should be, because Dave Chisel's at it again. Early days against Raymond van Barneveld, but he's averaging over 111, leads 2-0. And 117 earlier on this afternoon as well.
58.
He's only averaged... Paul Nicholson came through excitedly flapping bits of paper a moment ago before this game started, saying, of all the games Chizzy's played this weekend,
48.
he's only averaged less than 100 in one of them. Yeah. I cannot believe it.
I thought he was here then. I thought he'd come back in.
It is terrifying, isn't it?
134.
Cover shooting there from Whitlock. He needed that as well, just to keep him in contention here.
180.
For MVG, I think when he spoke to you yesterday, did he say he got 6 gears, but he was only in 4th gear yesterday?
I think 4th was generous, to be honest. I've given him 3rd or 2nd, but then again, this is a man we've seen dominate
Game shot.
all forms of darts for years and years and years. He is dominating this game, and to be honest, it's not a feeling he's used to having against Simon Whitlock in recent years.
No, it's not. Willie O'Connor's 3-2 down to Mike De Decker. Keegan Brown one away from a place in the last 16. He's 5-3 up over Rusty J. Rodriguez. Yeah, Rusty's
94.
played some good stuff today, but that run might be coming to an end. In fact, it has come to an end. Keegan Brown safely through to the last 16, joining Dimitri Vandenberg, Gary Anderson, and Gerwen Price.
Anderson sees off Luke Humphries. The 1 seed is gone. Another ton plus average for Gary as well, 101.49.
57.
Yeah, playing some excellent stuff, Gary Anderson, this year. Really does have the bit between his teeth as he looks to rebuild and get back into the world's top 16. He's got work to do.
59.
He's going to be at the big TV events, but he's going about that work pretty admirably.
140.
Van Gerwen showing no signs of letting up here. Whitlock badly needs to get on the board here.
95.
Start treble leaves him on a finish. But Van Gerwen will hope it'll leave one significantly smaller.
98.
167. This would be somewhere to get on the board.
Well, Whitlock had 1 dart at double 16 in the opening leg and has
57.
not had a dart at double since, because Van Gerwen has been far too good in the scoring stakes. But he won't get a dart here, and this is a chance for
56.
Whitlock. 1 treble required, loads of potential routes. Going the 19s, 57 off, leaves 53. That leaves 36. And that leaves 32.
78.
Which normally wouldn't be that bad, but unfortunately Michael van Gerwen's on 56, so it could be absolutely terrible. Ooh, let off
46.
for the Wizard.
Yeah, big let off. I'm not sure what the hesitation was from Whitlock on that previous visit, but double 16 is what he's looking at now. He's kissed the inside wire, so just move along the Okia fraction. On the outside wire, 1 left.
Shot.
Oh, that's a well-thrown dart. Almost forced it in there, and he is on the board, but he's 3-1 down.
Yeah, both the Australians currently in action. Damon Heta, he's in this same
60.
half of the draw as well, the same quarter of the draw, in fact. He's got to get past Luke Woodhouse. Heta's still the number 5 seed and has played some good darts this year, but hasn't won as many games as you might have thought. He was one of these standout players in the world of darts in every format last year. World Cup winner, of course, alongside Simon Whitlock.
95.
Yeah. Ricardo Pietrezco is 5-3 up over Steve Lennon. 1 away from a place in the last 16. The German.
57.
Yeah, Gabriel Clemens and Martin Schindler are the 2 obvious players who you think might be the 2nd Germans ever to win a ranking title.
95.
But they're still waiting. They're still putting themselves in positions where they could do it, joining Max Hopp as a German winner of a PDC tournament. But Ricardo Pietrezco might just sneak up on the outside and pick them. He's been playing some excellent stuff and is a rapidly improving player.
Whitlock down
96.
to a finish again here, and there potentially could be a break incoming here with Van Gerwen on 155. It's not going to go this time. Needs to leave this handy. Oh, that's a nice last start. Very nice set-up play from Whitlock. But can Van Gerwen? Oh, here we go. Just the wrong side of the wire. He would have fancied that as well, Van Gerwen. But this is a big chance for Whitlock to get right back in this game.
To break the throw. Oh, that's expertly done from the Wizard. 14-dart break of throw, and Simon Whitlock, who is staring down the barrel at 3-0 down, might just be turning the tables on MVG.
Maybe.
93.
Again, a nice last start treble. Gives him a respectable start to the leg. Van Gerwen might just have to find those extra gears. He did it against Dirk van Duijvenbode, didn't he, yesterday? When he averaged over 104, I think it was, in that victory.
100.
When pushed, we know he's got it, but can Whitlock keep pushing?
100.
Probably going to start in the 18s here, Simon. Stay there. Always a tricky one to set up from 308, although 305 can be similarly problematic. Yeah, it goes to the bullseye. How about this? Oh, how about that?
160.
That's how you do it. 216 for Whitlock then. Needs to make a dent in this. Van Gerwen this time with a layup play, and there's not really a lot of pressure on here, so Van Gerwen for a break back. 145 he needs. Can't do it, but you get the feeling he's at the bull again. What a setup that is. His last 6 darts there leave 24.
Way off the treble 20, and Michael Van Gerwen, courtesy of 3 bullseyes in the last 2 visits, finds himself on a potential 13-darter.
Game shot.
Yeah, that is superb stuff from Michael Van Gerwen. Top level MVG business to hit straight back when he just looked like he might be having a bit of a wobble.
Just a reminder, Gerwen Price waits in the last 16.
140.
Nice start to the leg from Van Gerwen. Brendan Dolan 2-up early stages against Karel Sedlacek. And Mike De Decker is 1 away. He leads Willie O'Connor, got a 9-darter early on, 5-3. I mentioned that Ricardo Pietrezco was almost there. Well, Steve Lennon's pulled it back to 5-5.
80.
Ooh, interesting. Scuba Steve.
He went big earlier on, didn't he?
Did.
109 average in his opening round win.
Yeah, interesting day for the players from the Emerald Isle. Brendan Dolan's still going. Steve Lennon's still going. Willie O'Connor with a 9-darter. And he's playing De Decker at the minute. He's just gone 5-4 down in that. Here comes the Wizard.
140.
Leaves himself on a potential 11-darter, but MVG is down to a finish for a potential 4-visit leg of his own. Not that that's going to happen.
Oh, this is a chance, isn't it, for Whitlock?
56.
81. Can't find the opening treble, so 12s will be the target. He's just scraped in the corner. Double 13 he needs, and it's another missed start. It's another missed opportunity.
26 left, yeah.
And Van Gerwen to step in here, move within 1, needs 88.
The ref had called it. He thought it was in. It wasn't. Is this? Yes, it is. 5-2 Van Gerwen, and the streak might finally be coming to an end. Just a little word of acknowledgement for MVG there to, I think, appreciate Simon Whitlock's honesty. We have seen legs claimed when the double hasn't found its mark.
125.
I think Nico and I had an incident of that yesterday, and again the player, I forget who it was, went no, it's not in.
140.
You can imagine the reaction. There are too many cameras now, Dan. You can't get away with that anymore.
You certainly can't.
95.
Ricardo Pietrezco held his nerve,
57.
beats Lennon 6-5. Damon Hector in a spot of bother. 3-1 down to Luke Woodhouse. And Dave Chisnell is 5-2 up over Raymond van Barneveld.
140.
So Whitlock down to 141.
180.
There's a max from Michael van Gerwen, just to remind him. And van Gerwen will get a shot at 124 for the match now. That's a shocking dart for Whitlock.
41.
Only a ton. So only a ton left. So 124 for the match for van Gerwen.
Treble 18. Leaves the ball. And
Game
mighty
shot
Michael
and
van
match.
Gerwen clears more than 300 points in 2 visits to the board, and he beats Simon Whitlock for the first time in 7 meetings and the first time for nearly 4 years. The Wizards' reign of terror over Mighty Mike is finally over, as van Gerwen averages close to a ton. His best performance of the day, one of the best performances from him this weekend. He was good enough to take the title in what he says was 4th gear yesterday. If he can get anywhere near 5th or 6th gear, he is going to take some stopping. But what a last 16 tie we have, as Mighty Mike goes up against the Iceman Gerwin Price for a spot in the quarters.